In this episode of the Ecom Pulse podcast, I had the pleasure of interviewing Hristo Arakliev, the co-founder of Hyperzone, an Amazon-focused marketing agency that helps brands maximize the potential on the platform. With extensive experience in e-commerce and digital marketing, Hristo reflects on his paths from initially exploring e-commerce with a small brand to creating Hyperzone, which now supports brands worldwide in achieving their Amazon growth goals. Throughout the conversation, Hristo discusses the challenges and opportunities brands face when entering the Amazon marketplace. He offers valuable advice on how to stand out, emphasizing the importance of organic positioning and combining it effectively with paid media success. Hristo shares practical tips on optimizing Amazon listings, crafting titles, and managing reviews to improve visibility and drive sales. He also explains the pros and cons of building an in-house team versus working with an agency like Hyperzone, highlighting why many brands struggle with the complexities of the Amazon ecosystem. Additionally, Hristo touches on the significance of testing different marketplaces and channels, such as Walmart, and how to determine the right time to expand. He also shares strategies on how to decide whether to focus on Amazon or other platforms, and how to bring the right traffic to Amazon to ensure better conversions. Tune in to learn more about navigating the Amazon marketplace, optimizing for success, and making informed decisions to grow your e-commerce business. All the details on how to connect with Hristo and Hyperzone are available in the show notes. Welcome to the Ecom Pulse, your heartbeat to the world of e-commerce. I'm your host, Eitan Kotter. Join us as we meet with industry leaders, marketing experts, and the innovative minds behind the tech that is shaping the e-commerce future. So plug in, gear up, and get ready for a pulse-pounding journey into the heart of e-commerce. Hi, Hristo. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Ethan. Nice to be here.
Great. So how things have been? I mean, are you focusing on Amazon, working with D2C brand? How do you see the market right now?
Oh, the market, like always, there are good times, bad times, and right now it's more like stagnant. It's been like that for a while on the e-com end, on the Amazon end. So, everybody is trying to exploit whatever is currently available. But on the good side, I would say that in the past year and a half, Amazon have been constantly releasing some new things, trying to optimize their platform. Because if you went on their platform like 2 years ago, it looked like nothing changed from like 1998. It was all the same. Right now, it's like slightly better. It's still not on par with other social media platforms, I would say, in terms of how fast it's moving, but there are definitely some improvements.
Nice. So maybe we start by you telling us about your journey in the world of e-commerce. What led you to this industry?
Oh, where do I start? I think it started like maybe 8 years ago. I got interested with marketing and e-commerce in general. I was started working for a slow fashion company at the time, and doing some of the direct marketing for them. So I became a direct marketing director, and at some point they sold for 28 million euro, which was a good exit.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I heard from a friend of mine about Amazon. He was selling products on Amazon FBA at the time. And me and my girlfriend at the time, now wife,
Okay.
We were like, okay, this sounds interesting. Let's see if we can learn more about it. So we started listening to podcasts, learning from our friends and from other articles and whatnot. And at some point we created our first agency together. It was called Brand Exporters at the time. And we started doing this, optimizing, like helping primarily Eastern European brands expand to the Amazon markets. And at some point, we split ways with our friends. Then we joined forces with our current partners, and we created Hyperzone, which is our current Amazon marketing agency. Our partners, they had a lot of experience selling, producing and selling products on Amazon FBA. So we joined forces And we started making products together, started helping other brands do it on Amazon. And it turned out pretty well. Right now we have a team of 45 people. We have clients from all around the world, primarily US and English speaking countries. But honestly, we've had clients from like Germany, Italy, France, Spain, and other big countries around the world. And yeah, we've been doing this for a while, and I would say that at this point we really excel at what we are doing. And when they ask me how are we different, we care. It's as easy and as difficult as that. We really, really care. We take the time, and we are going to help any brand that has the potential, of course, succeed on Amazon.
You work with companies who are just launching on Amazon, or they're already working on Amazon and you're trying to improve their processes?
No, that's a great question, because actually we work with brands who are already established on the market. So they need to be doing at least $300,000 a month in order for us to start working together. But what we do is we take them, no matter if they're not on Amazon or they're already on Amazon, we are going to match their website sales in around 10 to 12 months. This is basically what we do. We turn Amazon into an extremely significant channel for them and double their business while we go. Yeah.
So it seems that everything is so difficult in terms of launching new businesses and acquiring new customers. It's very difficult. So what is the process? Tell me, how do you do that?
Like you said, every beginning is extremely difficult. That's why we have focused on brands who already know what they're doing, at least in their domain, which is no matter if they're running traffic to their website with Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or Google, or like whatever other platform there is. These are like the brands that we work with are brands that already excel at what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they come to us, and it's like hands-free for them because we organize everything Amazon related. They just need to send stock in, and we are going to organize the whole Amazon process from running advertising, optimizing their listings, writing the copy, dealing with Amazon customer support, Amazon cases, which they're going to figure out is something complicated because they can suspend your listing or account, or something might happen at every point in time. And once they come to us, we create a very sophisticated marketing plan, which is not a one-size-fits-all. I would like to say that because it's never one-size-fits-all. And we see what part of their marketing we can really utilize and use the best on Amazon, and what tactics are going to work for their specific niche or product, because it's different. They might have a cosmetics product, they might have even a software product. We have clients with software products. They might have slightly bulkier products, or it's always different. And we need to approach that from a different perspective to see what's going to work in their case to make it work. But usually they can see results in, let's say, 3 months from getting started, even less. But I like a safe bet is like 3 months. And something very important on Amazon are reviews. Because even if you have like an amazing product, everything goes smoothly. If you don't have enough reviews, people are not going to buy your products. It's simple as that. So we help also with that. I would like to say that it's not according to Amazon's terms of services to do fake reviews or purchase reviews, and we don't do that. And honestly, it's not possible anymore. It used to be possible 4 years ago, I would say. Right now, you just need to focus on your genuine actual clients. And the only thing you can do is kind of nudge them, help them and ask them politely to leave you a review if they're actually happy with your products. By the way, this is also not according to Amazon's terms of services. But if you do it the right way, you're going to be safe, because the genuine review rate is extremely low on Amazon. On average, it's like 0.5 to 2%, meaning that for every 100 purchases of your product, only between half and 2 people are going to leave you a review. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a positive one. So as you can imagine, you need to wait a lot of time to generate some substantial number of reviews. So, we go and incentivize people to kind of leave us more reviews if they're happy with the product, of course.
Yeah.
So this is something very important. Another important thing is to get great ranking on Amazon because this is like going to the grocery store, and you know how the more popular products are put on the higher shelves where you can directly see them on your line of sight, and the products that are not so popular and haven't paid as much, you know, they put them somewhere on the lower shelf where it's a bit difficult to find them. It's kind of the same with Amazon. You need to put your product in front of people's eyes so um, you know, a bigger audience can see it, experience it, etc., so that you have a better chance of somebody actually purchasing the product. So this is also something that that we help with, and in this sense, Amazon is very similar to Google because it's keyword driven. You need to rank your product for certain keywords, and some of them are mostly for research purposes that people just, you know, browse around, and some actually have a very high purchase intent. We also have our ways of telling which are the keywords with high purchase intent, and help our clients position on those keywords so they can have more visibility and more success over time.
Yeah. And so the main driver for growth on Amazon is like paid media, right? You need budget for advertising, but there are other ways, right? Like, I mean, they also have like affiliates program and all. What are the, you know, some of the practices that are available beyond, you know, just paid media itself?
Yeah, that's a good question because actually, I would say it's more of a misunderstanding that paid media is the main thing on Amazon. As Amazon is different again to Facebook, let's say. Again, the closest is Google because on Amazon it's important to have this organic positioning and it's important to have your paid media positioning. And it works in a very interesting way on Amazon where when you combine both of them, you can get tons of success because let me tell you how it works. So basically, if someone is doing 1,000 sales a month, let's say, no matter how they're generating, let's say they're generating it only with paid advertising. You come along and you start generating 600 sales with paid advertising on Amazon. But if you manage to generate 401 sales from organic sales, so your SEO ranking on Amazon is great, and you make at least one more sale than your competitor overall, you're going to be the number one product. So this is something that most people don't know and they don't think about. And sometimes they are like, our paid advertising is so expensive, we need to stop it, or we need to minimize it, or we need to cut it, whatever. And we come along and you're like, wait. Even if on some campaigns you are like negative, you're losing money. The most important thing is if you look the big picture to be on the first spot. This is the most important thing. So even if you're losing money on some campaigns, it doesn't matter. But if you're making sales, so Amazon, the Amazon algorithm pushes you to the front. Yeah. So maybe you can, you know, still run them. Of course, optimize them as much as you can. But if you're making money on 10 campaigns and you're losing money on 2 campaigns, but they're making you sales, you might consider not stopping them. So this is very, very important because this way you generate more sales, so you're going to be number one. But again, I started with something that was actually not paid advertising, which are these ranking things and the reviews. These are all important factors of the Amazon environment and ecosystem that extremely important, which are not paid media. And people neglect them. Many people come to me like clients. They're like, we need someone to run our PPC for us. And I start looking at their pictures and copy and listings and whatever. And I'm like, before you actually start running paid advertising, you need to change many things. You need to change these 10, 15 things because you're never going to be successful on Amazon. You know, people are not going to click on your products. There's not going to be a conversion rate because Amazon is specific. You need to have specific keywords in your copy. You need to look in a specific way that people are looking for. You need to be more optimized for mobile, which is again something that many people neglect, you know, because now on Amazon, more than 80% of the people browse on their mobile devices. And if your pictures are not easy to read, they don't look good on mobile devices, again, they are just going to skip them. So things like that are very, very important.
Yes.
when
How
running on
search
Amazon.
how search is working on Amazon, because I see all these product titles, they're just throwing in every possible keyword into the maximum length of the titles, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense what you read
No,
almost.
doesn't make sense, and
Yeah.
it's something that used to work many years ago, and
Hmm.
now is not working. Actually, you need to write your copies like for humans,
Yeah.
not for the algorithm. I mean, you need to write them for the algorithm to an extent, but they need to sound well and easy to read from an actual person. This is very important. But how the algorithm works, especially for the SEO, is not that complicated. So basically, the most important keyword that you know that you are actually going to make sales from needs to be the first keyword in the title. And this is going to push your product for that keyword to the top position because it says,
Hmm.
hey, these guys believe that this is the most important word for them. Let's give it a try. Let's push them for that keyword. And the more you go down the road with the copy, so second word in the title, 10th word in the title, and then you have the bullets and the description. Amazon gives you juice for any of these keywords that you've selected, but to a lower extent, basically, than the ones that you put first. And again, it's very important to list in the bullets the features of your product. Why is it better than the competitors? In the description, I recommend everybody to push to Premium A Plus, which is content that Amazon offers you. It looks like a landing page within your Amazon listing. And it helps people understand more about your brand. It's very visually appealing. And yeah, again, even the title, don't just like cram all these words in there. just write it. Like if somebody reads it, they're gonna be, oh, this is for me. It makes sense, and not just some random keywords because
Yeah.
it doesn't work anymore.
So what are the advantages for brands working with agencies like yourself versus building kind of an in-house team, right, for Amazon marketing?
It's different. I mean, if you don't have experience with Amazon, it's going to be extremely difficult to build an in-house team. And I've seen it over and over again. And it's the same for anything you do in life. Honestly, I've seen it many times. People come from one industry to another, and they believe they can build an internal team. It just doesn't work because there is no one to supervise that team, and nobody knows what is success for that team and what isn't because they don't understand it. Okay, you are an e-commerce entrepreneur. You understand Facebook like Meta in and out. You understand Google or TikTok, whatever. But when it comes to Amazon, it's a completely different beast. And it's going to take you, like, if you are like really good and intelligent, months into delving deep into it, understanding it, and it's still not going to be as good as us being there for 15 years. And it's just not worth it. I would say come, work with an agency, see how it goes. It's going to be much faster for you because, you just come and you're making sales immediately. In 3 months, you're already dominating the niche. And like in 1 year, you're far ahead of the competition. See how it goes. If you're still happy with the service, because honestly, again, it's like our clients don't do anything on Amazon. They're like weekly calls and we communicate in Slack, but they just need to send stock in. So for them, they're making money out of thin air without doing much. And down the line, if you decide that it's worth it to build an internal team, you can give it a try. But it is difficult. All of our previous clients that have built internal teams that I've seen, and other people that have started building teams immediately, it was a failure for them. I'm not saying it just because I have my agency. It's just the reality. I've seen it happening over and over and over and over again. And if somebody has worked with us, their sales dropped significantly, sometimes 6 times when they started building an internal team. Because, okay, let's say even if you decide to build an internal team in some point, do it smart. I mean, let's say tell the agency ahead of time. I would say 3 to 6 months. We are starting to build our internal team. Ask the agency all the questions that you can possibly ask them of what they're doing, how they're doing it, if they can help you, whatever, transition smoothly. And then at some point, when you feel ready, transition. Okay. It is possible. It's not completely impossible. But what most entrepreneurs and e-com brands do, I see they're like, we stop working together now. And then they don't have a team ready. Maybe they have some people that they promised them they can do stuff. And there is no transition. So you immediately start losing sales. You lose sales for like 1 year before, and sometimes it's irreversible.
It's difficult to recover. Exactly.
It's difficult to recover. The algorithm has pushed you down so much that it's like very, very difficult to recover. So, I mean, even if you decide to do it smart. That's what I'm trying to say. Take your time, see if it's worth it. And again, you need to have someone you trust in your team that understands the Amazon ecosystem, that can actually supervise the people working for you, because otherwise you're like shooting in the dark. You don't know if what they're doing is good or not.
So when would be a good time? I mean, brands are considering, let's say, on their next growth campaigns or activities, or whether continue to invest in their own .com, brand.com, right? And whether they're Shopify or some other platform, or they can launch on Amazon. And I know you've been working with Walmart as well. What are the considerations or maybe the recommendation you can give to brands, how to make decisions about, where is the next, what's the next step, and if it makes sense right now to open new markets like Walmart or Amazon?
That's a great question. What I would do, if I was in their place, I would test different marketplaces, meaning I would hire an agency for Amazon, I would hire an agency for Walmart, I would hire an agency for TikTok if I'm not there, maybe not at the same time, but over a period of time I will do that, and I will see what like naturally works. Which of these channels is picking up much quicker than the others, and I would focus on that channel for the time being. And then when the time comes, I will go to the second best channel and try to improve that and develop it. This is a strategy that I've seen feasible. And again, I wouldn't do it on my own if I don't have the needed experience, and knowledge just doesn't make sense. Like, test it out, see how the agency is doing it, see if it's a channel for you at all, because many people, they're going to invest months and months of their time into a channel that is not worth it and is not performing well for them. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not for every brand. It's their peculiarities. So you need to test. And these are people that are very good at testing if they're successful marketers. So I would say just do the same thing with these other channels. Test which one is going to perform the best for you.
It seems that testing, being this agile, is like very, very important, right? I mean, no one knows what's going to work and how things are going to evolve. So it's better test and try and then make a decision. Because you have a competitor who probably launched last quarter on Amazon, so probably you want to run and do that because you have some internal ego or like kind of an internal pressure to do that. Probably not the right decision-making process to have in place, right?
Exactly. Take, for example, the Hawk Toi girl. I mean, nobody expected that. Nobody. I mean, I'm sure nobody expected that to explode so much. You just say something in a random interview and all of a sudden you're the most popular person on the planet.
Yes.
Crazy, right?
I mean, I see people are using that now in videos in so many different use cases, right? I mean, I'm in the biking. I ride bikes, and I see people are saying, "How do I fix this Laudy brakes?" So then she brought thing in the video, so you see the bike is struggling fixing the brakes, and then you see her lady with the Hawk 2, and then it's a fix everything. So it's really crazy.
It's hilarious. Even I Dare You play the new Eminem album. I was shocked, but the new Eminem album starts with a reference to that meme.
Wow.
Believe it or not. It was released like 3 or 4 days ago, the album. And it starts with a reference to that. I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing.
Wow, crazy. Amazing. Great. So what about Walmart? I mean, when people need to consider Walmart?
When they're already successful on Amazon. I would say. It's a much smaller market. Maybe if you are in the grocery space, so if you are manufacturing food, any kind of food, it might be a good idea to give it a try. There are very few niches that have been very successful on Walmart, but again, if you make it work on Amazon, you will know that you can make it work on Walmart. Just expect, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 times less sales than you're making on Amazon, I would say, on average. But again, it's worth it at some point, but I would focus on bigger markets for the time being.
So when you look at brands and want to go to Amazon, I mean, for you, what is like a minimum sets of capabilities or, let's say, business results or that are there to justify launching on Amazon? Like, what's the best practices that you've identified?
Sure. They need to have, their brand needs to be recognizable in a sense. People need to be searching for that brand on Amazon already. They need to be generating at least $250,000, $300,000 a month in revenue. And they need to, no matter how many products they have, if it's like one hero product or they have hundreds of products, they should always focus on 3 to 5 products which are bringing them most of the sales. Start with these products, optimize them as much as they can, and they can start introducing new products to Amazon afterwards. After they have proven this works and their best sellers are actually performing well, they have enough reviews, etc. Because afterwards, you can make cross sales between your products. They're like very limited, but there are ways on Amazon where you can push people to buy your products together as a bundle and push them towards your other products as a cross sale. This is actually one of the very successful tactics that we have been implementing, trying to improve your average order value by bundling products. And something we don't see many people do is when they push their general advertising on Amazon, instead of pushing ads and listings with one product, you can push listings with 2 or 3 products, no matter if it's the same product or a mix of products. But this way, you have much better conversion on your ads because you're pushing a bundle, a package. So it has a much higher average order value.
Yeah. And what would be like a minimum budget for spending on Amazon initially?
Honestly, we always start with by just exploring and seeing where things go. I would say you can start with between $100 and $200 a day to see how it's going to perform, and then optimize based on the data you get at the end of first month.
Yeah.
This can give you a lot of ideas on how you can optimize. And again, I'm going to return to something I said previously, but the most important thing is not how your ads perform as when you look them, it's just your advertising, but how the whole account performs. So if you are making money and being positive, making 30-40% net profits, doesn't matter if your ads are not performing amazingly well, but if they are helping your organic sales and vice versa, and if you make the whole thing work, it's a success.
Nice. And we know that succeeding in Amazon, I mean, there are a lot of factors, right? Also externally to Amazon that makes an impact, right? I mean, how your organic traffic outside of Amazon, how you're bringing traffic to Amazon. What are the other things that you can recommend? And I know that for brands who already have their own brand.com and Amazon, how do they make decision where to redirect the users, right? And in any campaign, let's say outside, if they do meta ads or whatever, whether to redirect them to Amazon page or to redirect them to brand.com page? What are some of the best practices that you can suggest here?
I don't recommend redirecting any people directly to Amazon. The reason being is Amazon loves outside traffic. So far,
Mhm.
so good. But if you send many people, which are your top of the funnel and cold traffic, and they land on your Amazon listing and they don't end up buying, this
Uh-huh.
actually sends
That's a bad
signal to
sign.
Amazon that these people are not purchasing the product. So
Hmm.
this pushes you down. So actually, it's very important to push people to your listing with high purchase intent. So people that are already on Amazon to start with, and people that are already looking for these products. If you just send random people, it's proven to not be beneficial for you.
Wow.
So if you do your marketing right outside and you need to make your brand as recognizable as possible, this is going to help you on Amazon as well, because no matter what you think, there are always people which are Amazon specific audience and people which are inclined to buy your products on your website.
Hmm.
Many people don't believe random websites.
Yeah.
No matter how much you promote something to them, no matter how much you spend on them, there are always going to be these people which are going to be, oh, if it's not on Amazon, it's probably not legit. And
Okay.
trust me, there are many of those people, and you're going to notice that. I would say if you don't know anything about Amazon, and if you list your product there, you can expect to be making 7 to 12% of what you're making on your website because of the brand recognition. And some people that have been through your funnel, but they haven't end up purchasing your product, they're going to go on Amazon and finalize the purchase. And again, if you know what you're doing, is where we come. We push it to 60 to 120% of what you're doing on your website. So it's different than 10%. But
Much
you can
different.
expect 10%. And this is not, people say, oh, if I list my product on Amazon, people are going to stop buying on my website. It's not true.
Hmm.
And also, we've run multiple tests. We had a couple of clients which were like, if we stop our listings on Amazon, people are going to be buying much more on our website because it's more difficult to push them towards a bigger basket on Amazon. We're like, okay, let's give it a try. So we completely stopped their Amazon for 3 days. And yes, of course, more people were going to their website because there was not an option to buy it on Amazon anymore. But they were our clients, which were generating at the time around 320K a month on their website solely, and around 200 on Amazon. They were losing an average of $5,000 in profit a day when not being on Amazon.
Wow.
So for 3 days, they lost $15,000, which was not great.
Not great.
Which means no matter what you do, some people are always going to end up buying on Amazon. They trust the platform. They have Amazon Prime, multiple reasons. They know they can return it very easily, etc., etc. So, it's the multi-channel works very, very good for you. So
Yeah.
the more social media channels you have, and do it right, at the end of the day, people are going to end up buying your products more because they see you in more than one spot. They're like, oh, these guys are here and they're here. And then, at some point when you go to the retail and they see you in Walmart, like a physical store, and they say, oh, they're here as well. This convinces them more and more to buy for the first time or keep buying it. So.
Yes. Wow, it's very interesting. So it's important to bring traffic to Amazon, but it's important to bring the right traffic to Amazon that actually shows conversion. So top of funnel is out of the questions. How do
No, top
you,
of funnel.
yeah, top of funnel not relevant. How do you redirect like middle of funnel, bottom funnel to Amazon? What are some of the tools or the tactics that you can do as a brand?
Again, I don't recommend directly like
Okay.
running ads towards Amazon, no matter
Mhm.
where. Okay, maybe if it's bottom of the funnel, but it's not worth it for you to redirect them. They can just purchase on your website
Yes.
at the end of the day. So again, I would just focus on increasing my Amazon audience instead of bringing people outside, because people that are already on Amazon, they are new to you, they're a new audience. So if you optimize for success there by getting more reviews, being ranked well, running relevant ads, like I told you, running ads to bundles and multiple other things that you can do. You increase your Amazon audience because people start seeing you run on 10 keywords. At some point, they can see you thousands of keywords. And all of these people are new to you because they come directly from Amazon. So for starters, this is the best you can do. And
just focus on those
especially for sales and traffic. I mean, again, if you can somehow utilize your existing audience to help you with the reviews and stuff like that, that's gonna be amazing, and it's always welcome. So you can have a head start, because otherwise you start on an uneven floor. They have like thousands of reviews and you come with 0 reviews. It's very difficult.
Got it. So focus on those that are anyhow planning to purchase on Amazon, right? They will not purchase on the brand.com, and just start building engagement and relationship with these targets.
Correct.
This will be this is going to be like your main cash cow in the overall Amazon activities.
And again, you can do some campaigns with your existing audience. For example, you're just getting started on Amazon. You're like, hey guys, right now we have an Amazon offer. So maybe you can create some initial push, because again, this is going to help you with the reviews. Again, reviews are extremely important. So if you run campaigns every now and then, pushing people to Amazon directly, it's going to be beneficial for you. But don't do it as an evergreen strategy. Like, don't push clients directly to Amazon throughout the year.
Yeah. Wow, great, super interesting. So how people can find you, right, in Hyperzone?
Yeah, they can just land on our website, hyperzone.io, and it's like ZON at the end, like Amazon, not zone, hyperzone.io. Nice. And they can check what we do. I think they're going to find it extremely interesting. And if they mention they've come from your podcast, we'll be more than happy to make a free audit to what they're currently doing and give them a 10% discount.
Amazing. And we will put all this information in the show notes. Hristo, thank you so much. It was really, really interesting. Wish you a great year, great business, great life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, then. Thank you. Wish you all the best as well. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. Your support means the world to us. If today's episode has been insightful for you, consider sharing it with someone who would also benefit. Even one share can make a big difference. Looking to elevate your e-commerce game? Discover Vimy, a multi-channel e-commerce platform that will transform your business with the power of shoppable video. Visit us at vimy.net to learn more. It's Vimy, VIMMI.net. Thank you for being part of our journey. Stay tuned for more invaluable insights in our next episode.